Hello boys and girls, and this is the video for writing/language arts. And last week I had you working on journal entries to kind of put those skills that we've been practicing with punctuation, capitalization, spacing, full thoughts. Today, or actually this whole week, we're going to shift gears. We're going to kind of get back into figurative language and some poetry. While we were still in class, we did do some figurative language, and I know it's been a while, so today I'm going to take us back to when we were still in school, and we're going to talk about similes, we're going to talk about metaphors, we're going to talk about onomatopoeia, and we're going to talk about alliteration. So, could you please get your worksheets that look like this? They're front and back. If you don't have them, pause the video, go ahead and grab them, and then when you have them, come on back and resume the video. Alright, we're going to start on the page that says simile, and this is the one that is, I don't know if it's more common, but it's more, you'll see it more, and you're probably more familiar with a simile than some of the others. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and read the top, read the examples. So a simile, it's a comparison using the words like or as. The examples here, the first one is, you are like a ray of sunshine. And notice how they have the word like in bold so it stands out. And they're using the word like to compare you to a ray of sunshine. Example number 2, it says, she felt as cool as a cucumber. Once again, the word as is in bold, and they are comparing the she with being cool as a cucumber. Down on the bottom, there are 10 that you need to go ahead and fill in the rest of the sentence. So it says complete each simile below with a word or a phrase. So you're going to be the one that are going to be doing the comparing. So for example, the first one is, my friend is as sweet as, and you can go ahead and fill in the blank. My friend is as sweet as honey. Because you want to think of something that is sweet. Alright, so that's the simile side. Go ahead and flip it over. Now we're going to look at metaphor. Metaphor also compares things, but instead of using it, when it compares things, it does not use the words like or as. They're saying that things are or it is. So for example, the first one, it says, he is a bear in the morning. It's comparing him or he to a bear, but it's not saying he is like a bear. It is saying he is a bear, and that's the big difference between a simile and a metaphor. Example number 2, it reads, Tom's room is a pig pen. Once again, it's comparing Tom's room to being a pig pen. It's not saying it is like a pig pen. It is saying it is a pig pen. So just like on the simile side down below, I would like you to work through completing the metaphor with a word or a phrase. So number 1, the lion's teeth are what? What would lion's teeth be? And you want to try to think of something that's going to be compared to, describing. Alright, so that is the metaphor and simile. The next one is the onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a word that imitates a sound. So we actually use onomatopoeia quite a bit. You're probably just not all that aware that you're using it when you are using some onomatopoeia. Once again, onomatopoeia is a word that imitates a sound. Let's take a look at the examples. Example number 1, it says, the thunder created a loud boom. And notice how the word boom is underlined, and that's the word that is showing or using the onomatopoeia. The word boom makes the sound that the thunder would make. So when you say the word boom, it almost sounds like the thunder. The second example is, I love to bang on the drums. And the word bang makes it sound kind of like a drum does. So there's lots of different words out there that use onomatopoeia and that have onomatopoeia. And like I had said before, I'd be willing to bet a lot of you use them. You're just not knowing that you're using onomatopoeia when you use those words. Then down below there are 10 more examples for you to fill in the blanks. So you're going to complete each sentence below using or with some onomatopoeia. And finally, we have alliteration. Alliteration happens when words that start with the same sound are used close together in a phrase or a sentence. An example would be, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, we've also done these when we've done some of our telephone games at the beginning of the day for morning meeting. That was more towards the beginning of the year, or when we're lined up in line before we go down to the gym for dismissal. Sometimes when we do the telephone, I like to use a lot of alliteration. That's where there's a lot of those beginning sounds, like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. You hear all those P's in there. All right, so number one, I will actually do number one with you since there's not much for examples like the other ones had. So underline the letters that make the alliteration in the sentences. Number one, it says, Sam sipped a strawberry soft drink. And just by hearing that sentence, you can probably hear a lot of the S sound. So with your pencil, please underline the word Sam, sipped, strawberry, and soft. And then the rest of it you can go ahead and work on. Now I know that there are four things. It's four things that we have talked about before in class. So hopefully this is more of a reminder. This does not have to be all done right now. You can kind of break this down if you want to do one a day, if you want to do two today, two tomorrow, however you want to do, however you want to work on getting these figurative language pieces complete. Just go ahead and whenever you get them done and put those into the folder that I had asked you to start creating until we're able to turn our stuff in. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Have fun with the alliteration, have fun with the onomatopoeia, have fun with the simile and the metaphors. I want you to be creative on these. Tomorrow when we watch the video, we are going to start looking at a different type of poem. The poem is known as a limerick, and limericks are fun. They can be a little bit hard to write, but I have a nice template that we can use to help us write our limericks. I also have a fun song that you'll be able to watch and listen to that will help you write your limericks. Okay, so thank you. Like I said, have fun with your figurative language, and we will see you tomorrow for language arts and writing our limerick poems.